grand. I'm streaming at a lower bit rate. I wanted to see if that would help lag at all. We'll see, I guess. But the Cubs sure have been losing. But Yu Darvish is facing off against Alex Wood. But Alex Wood, Alex Wood, a guy who could be good. Josh Phegley. That's who the Cubs was a catcher who they got. So Yu Darvish gonna face on Alex Wood. Alex Wood, like I said, could be a comeback player here. Javi might need. He's left-handed though. I don't want to sit Javi against. But we will give Contreras a day off with Caratini. Actually, well, yeah, fuck. Actually, I'm going to get a little inventive here. In that, we'll put... I mean, it has Schwarber listed as a catcher as a secondary position. So... we can do that if we really want to. And then switch out... who was I going to put in left field? I'll put in left field. I think he's left field, though, yeah. We'll give Ian Happ a shot in left field. I feel bad not having Caratini in there. Let's see, who's in center and who's in right? Steven Souza's in right. Oh, man. I feel like... I hate that Kipnis... For some reason, his secondary is center field. But we're going to... Oh, he's left-handed, though, too. Fudge. I feel like we're going to have Victor Caratini going somewhere. You know what? We're going to have Caratini going for Rizzo, since it's a left-handed guy. Yeah, this could be really dumb of me, but... that's what we're going to do. Oh, man. I guess, I don't know, they're just very low on energy. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Well, here comes the Cubs and Dodgers. Alex Wood coming to the mound. He really couldn't... the strikeouts were there last year. He played with the Reds. I feel like, did he play for the Dodgers before? Hold on, let's see what his careers look like. He's been a good pitcher before. Yeah, his career ERA is 3.4. Over 839 innings.
Leading off to the third baseman.
Yeah, 2017, he went 16-3 with a 272 average. And then the next year he went 9-7. And those were all his really good years with the Dodgers. He started out in Atlanta for the Dodgers. Then was on Cincinnati. Oh, shit. No. I can't. I guess I'm going to take a pitch. Darn it. Right down the fucking middle. All right. Oh, man.
First pitch. 7-10.
Boy. Here we go. 0-1. All right, 1-1. I have gotten better at commentating baseball, but worse at drinking. I drank last night. I mean, I started early. I probably started drinking around 7. I hadn't had anything to eat. That's also my bad. But I was fucking drunk and fell asleep probably before midnight or around midnight. Ordered pizza, forgot to tip the delivery guy, went there today, back to Papa John's. Ah, come on, Chris! And gave I was to the GM, I was like, make sure the guy gets the
Batting
tip.
second, the shortstop.
Because what an asshole, I felt like. Because I couldn't do it retroactively on my account. I was like looking, I was like, oh, just let me add. Like, you know, like Uber, I figured they should do it with like Uber. Where you should be able to add later. I think.
Ball. 2-0.
All right, 2-0, Javi Baez. Ooh, oh, nicely done down the line. That's going to be double bills, possibly more. Oh, we'll see how he feels it if he goes for it. Javier Baez, known for his hijinks, but he keeps it at 2, and that's good. That's fine. Nicely done. I feel like in real life that might have been 3. When a ball goes down like that. All right, Ian Happ. Actually, he doesn't have that great power from the right. But you know what? He hasn't been hitting any home runs. So who cares which side he has power from? He just hasn't been very good. He could be. He should be. I was big on Ian Happ back in the day. I still think he has the potential. I think he's still young. He's still got to be like 25. I'll say 26. 25, 26? 25. Turns 26 in August. So he certainly still has time to be, to not do that. Ooh, foul ball. Oh, ground ball.
Batting fourth, the catcher, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber about 269 on the year. That's the 3rd best average on the Cubs. Are you shitting me? It's probably... God, I guess Anthony Rizzo's must have dipped below that. So I'm guessing... Because Bryant and Contreras both are hitting above 300. I believe. So... Schoolfrog, nice. Schoolfrog, you missed. There's a dong. You weren't here yesterday, but I have a special donger alarm now. Or did you see it? Did I get to show the Cubs one? I don't think you were here yesterday when I had the Cubs one out. It is a bummer, especially because when I bought the thing I bought for it 2 days ago. Might have been, it was like the 30, probably like the 31st game I've done. And it might have been, I'm not for sure on this, definitely one of the only games the Cubs have not hit a home run. Like, I feel like almost every game the Cubs have hit a home run. Fuck! And it's a ground ball. If I would have had that fucking alarm out, you'll see what it is. But also, it makes less sense for the Diamondbacks. Also, I would have started crying if I would have, for every home run that the Diamondbacks had that day. Here's Justin Turner, Giants Bane.
The
Turner.
third baseman, Justin Turner.
Woo! He's real good. He's got really good contact skills.
No, that's up.
He has pretty good batting average. I looked up his stats the other day. Because, yeah, there was a couple years where he batted over 300. And, yeah. It's a good fuck. Go foul, go foul, go foul, go foul, go foul, go foul. Yeah! Woo! That angle. And I actually like that they did it. Is it a go? It is Shut up. Yeah, no, it's not a goat. You just have to see. Oh, line drive. Right at Victor Caratini.
Batting second, the shortstop, Corey Seager.
Yeah, the Cubs are going to have to get it done with some replacements today, and hopefully Darvish will be as good as he has been this season, or a little better even, because Rizzo's on the bench,
That missed.
Contreras is on the bench.
One ball. No
It's a lot harder to put Contreras on the bench because I think he hits pretty well against lefties.
ball. 2-0.
Yeah. I maybe should have put. Well, I don't know if the defensive stats come into play for the catcher. How much if pitch framing is a thing. Oh, right to Caratini again. Because theoretically I could have moved some people around. Like, I could have put Caratini behind the plate, because I think he's probably better than Schwarber there. But I like if Schwarber can play okay defense, then I like having him at catcher. Then his bat plays so much better as a catcher's bat than an outfielder bat. And his defense and outfield fucking ain't not great in this game. I think in real life he's worked real hard to get it somewhere near average, which is good. He slimmed down some and tries hard, and that's good.
Cody Bellinger.
Really? Well,
1-0.
Schwarber his secondary position is still listed as catcher in this. So he must be their unofficial third string catcher. Like, if things really got bad. Did you change their secondary positions? Because you can edit players to change their positions. I often do that because I really okay. That's why, especially because, and then if you edit, or if you ever simulate games, a lot of times, if they're playing in a position that's not listed as a secondary position, they'll get subbed for right away. Or at least they used to in the old versions of the game. So I always like to give. Yeah, I like to give if someone doesn't have a secondary position, why not give them secondary positions, especially if they're. So a lot of times you can give someone first base, third base, or first base catcher and shit like that, or just instead of a specific left field, right field, center, you can just put outfield. I don't know if this one you can do. I think you can on this one. All right, pop up. Can Almora get to it? I think he's gonna. He got it. He got it. Yeah, I mean, first base and second base, I like to give people that eligibility.
Leading off for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 7, Victor Caratini.
Ball. 1-0.
But yeah, although some players are awesome
2-up.
in that, okay, this is Caratini, where they have like a bunch of, where their secondary positions are more than you could
Heat top.
enter for people. Because you just can't put everything for secondary positions for people. It usually limits you to like 2 things. Oh, it's a red up.
Batting fifth.
But
Second base.
players like Hernan
Arizona.
Perez, is he about to be up? He might be. Yeah, Hernan Perez is eligible at almost every like I think first base is one of the only. It might be first base and third base are the only ones he's not eligible at or not like
Clear.
listed. He has at least 5 positions listed, which is one of the reasons why I brought him up. I love it that guys can play in different positions. Okay. So, Alex Wood had to throw like 19 pitches to get to the first inning. Now, I kept Steven
The right
Souza in?
fielder, number 21.
Fucking, what am I, still
Steven
drunk?
Souza Jr.
Jeez Louise. Well, here's Steven Souza Jr. And that's kind of what I've come to expect from him. I genuinely might try and trade him.
Here.
Jesus. I've had very mixed feelings about making trades for the Cubs. There's a good chance I might make a trade at some point. Especially for someone who might be ranked for... I might trade Ian Happ. I think I could still get a decent amount for Ian Happ. Get the DH from the Mariners. Vogelback or White? Because Vogelback used to be with the Cubs. I liked Vogelback a lot. The reason they got rid of him, he basically is a first baseman. He looks like Kyle Schwarber, like a fatter Kyle Schwarber. But he was with the Cubs, and the reason they got rid of him was because, like, where are you going to put him? Because Anthony Rizzo, Jay Bruce. Is Jay Bruce on the Mariners? I'd rather have Vogelback. Vogelback's got some power, baby. And his average isn't great, but he walks a lot. Like,
Batting fifth.
check out
The center fielder.
in 19 years. Oh, okay.
Peterson.
Yeah, and Vogelback did too. Vogelback played first base and DH. But hold on, in fact, I'll look up Dan Vogelback's, because I was excited for him on the Cubs. And that's another reason why I was like, trade Schwarber.
0-1.
Try and teach Vogelback how to be it. Although, I guess he's 27. I thought he was younger. Fly ball, right field. Looks like it'll be caught. Daniel Vogelback, and it's who they traded.
Batting seventh. The second
They
baseman.
traded Daniel Vogelback for Montgomery. I can't talk. Mike Montgomery. So his batting average isn't great, Daniel Vogelback. But, up the middle, should have been fielded probably by Garbage, but not. But in 589 plate appearances, Vogelback has 34 home runs. Keep in mind, like half of those at-bats weren't consistent at-bats. And in spring training, through May 5th, simulated stats. He has 8 home runs in the simulated stats for Baseball Reference. But in spring training, okay, he didn't have any. But yeah, that shows how much power he has. Is right now it's line drive right at him, gets out of it. But yeah, so last year Vogelback threw 462 at bats, 558 plate appearances,
Leading off for the
hit
Cubs,
34 home
the
runs.
center fielder.
He only hit 208 for batting average, but a 341 on base percentage, so he takes his walks. Yeah.
No ball. 1 strike.
Albert Almora Jr. He's been doing better. Which, could you believe that he's hitting 208 and that's been doing better? I just have a soft spot in my heart for him.
Ball.
Saying moisture in my charger. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh, where?
That's the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, yes!
You got it.
It gets him on base. Gets him on base.
The pitcher, number 11.
That's what really matters,
Johnson.
baby. Getting on base. Jay Bruce. I don't know who is Jay Bruce. I'm trying to think if who's all. I don't know who's all in the Mariners right now. Yu Darvish bunts him over. Can he get there? No. And no. Oh! Bad throw. So Darvish gets on, although
Now batting.
his speed is not comparable to. I don't know why Almora waited as long as he did. Ooh, he almost went past. You could have maybe called him out. You aren't supposed to be able to like slide past the base now, or else they can call the person at first out too. It's something like that. Because it looks like his whole, like if your whole body goes past the bag, maybe if it's just your whole body, because I guess his hand may tell that. Bryant versus Wood, 4 for 10. That's pretty good. That's a 400 average between you and me.
Ball.
2-0 to Chris Bryant. With Yu Darvish on first. It'd be nice if Bryant just cranked a home run so that way Darvish could just trot the bases as opposed to running.
Nope. Ball.
3-0 with Javier Baez on deck. I'm sure Bryant has the green light here, but yeah, I don't know. I guess he's been an MVP. You let him swing if he thinks he can hit it. If it's right down the middle.
Yeehaw.
But I never fault anyone for not swinging on 3-0. I'm not gonna do it. All right, 3-2 count now. As Wood is about to throw his 40th pitch of the day. Ooh, Bryant's hanging in there, doing what he can. Oh, up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. I don't know why I said it that way. Italian-y.
Now batting. The shortstop, Javier Baez.
Javier Baez. Oh, Javi El Mago. He wants to hit a frickin' donger. I've got the donger alarm on alert. Woo! Getting ready to go. Come on, Javi. A lot of people on their feet. Oh, it's in the hole. I don't think they're going to send Darvish. They're going to keep the station. Call that hit David Bowie album because they're station to station on that one.
The left fielder, Ian Happ.
But now Ian Happ is up with an opportunity to make himself better than he has been. Like, what's his average even right now? It's not great. But I feel like it's higher. 209. Actually, that's about where I would guess it to be. That's still not good. His on-base percentage is 291, so he's not even really he's walking more than not more, but you know what I mean. He's I don't know. Yes! Siba! Well, that's out number 2. Kyle Schwarber, the catcher's up. He might be starting to get more spots at catcher. I might try and make some trades with Happ and Souza and see if I can't get a better starter, a better outfielder. Ooh, wow. He checked his swing, didn't go, and also apparently that wasn't a strike. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it indeed. All right, 2-0. A walk's as good as a hit here, as it will bring in a run. And would also make his pitch count go a little higher. I don't know. We'll see. Can they score with the bases loaded? That's the question. And the answer is yes!
Hey, we beat it up.
They can score. They did score. They will score. They will score. That's just a go in the middle.
The first baseman.
Yu Darvish in his warm up tracksuit says, "Yeah, that a way to hit me in." So Victor Caratini's up. He's from Puerto Rico, but I say his name like it's Italian. And he hits it, down the line, but foul. Batting 169. If you're going to bat below 200, it should be 69 or 169. I think we can all agree. Oh, Caratini, will it drop? No. Nope. So I still don't get the donger alarm out yet for the Cubs. But I'm going to go get more coffee.
Leading up for the Dodgers, the pitcher, Alex Wood.
How are you doing, both Nancy and School Frog? Input the cheat codes! I mean, they've got the lead right now. Why would I use the cheat codes? And I don't use cheat codes either. But I'm just saying, if I did. Are you guys gonna, if I had trivia tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, would you guys do it? Nancy and School Frog, do you like trivia? There is a baseball category again. But I made this one way easier. I feel like people were not happy about it. And there is one question that has bonus answers again. But
That's the ball.
it's one where I'm only asking for 2, or no, I'm asking for 4 again. But there's like 8 or 9 answers. Yeah, I'll explain that. But what I'll do is here. I think people were confused by that, and I'll send. If I'm able to send it in the email, I'll send more of a specific thing, nicely caught, of like, the forms, where
The third baseman.
I just send a Google form. Well, how to look at the answers. Well, I mean that's not fair. Although there's a chance I might see if my friend George for the prize. My friend George has been making a lot of homemade jams and jellies. The jams and jellies, and they're really good because he's like he wants to enter the state fair, so he's just been making just like a lab, just like trying new things. So he has all these jams and jellies, and they're like. I've only tried 1 or 2 of them, but he made me an apple. It might have been apple pear or something, but it was really fucking good. And I want to get a couple more jars of it from him. But I might see if I can get like first and second place, we'll get jars of that jam.
That's the ball.
To get banner money. If it got big enough where, like, if I was making, if it became big enough where I was making, like, hundreds of dollars, I would probably do stuff like that.
Now batting.
Or, like, if you banner, or have some sort of thing, because I did see, I'm not sure if you have to be a Twitch affiliate, but, like, if people buy, I don't know if you have to be playing a game, but if people buy games because of them watching you on Twitch, you get like 5% of what the sale was, or something like that. So if like theoretically, and these are just numbers I'm throwing out, like if if I were like, buy MLB The Show, but I think, like I said, I think it had to be affiliate, and like had a link to go buy it, and people bought it, and and let's, if so say 2 people bought it each for $50 or whatever, I would get like $10, I think, or no, $5. I don't know, or no, it was 10%. It was either 5 or 10%. So I'd get $5 or $10. But also, I feel like I want to wait until I get a better computer to maybe get Bannerlord. Bannerlord very much looks like a game that is meant to be played on a PC. Yeah, I saw I think if I get to 50 followers, I think that's the only thing I'm missing. And I might be a little below the 3. Like, my average views per thing is like around 3, like just below 3. I think your average views have to be like 3 people are always watching, and mine's at like 2.8 something. Oh, it's a hit! It's deep! How deep is it? Is it deep enough? No, it's not. It's just a ground rule double. Oh, I'm so hard, and I've got donger balls. I've got donger blue balls. I know. Oh man. Steven Souza Jr. is up. Let's see if he can keep swinging at the ball before it leaves the pitcher's hands. All right, Steven Souza Jr.'s. Oh, he cranks it, but foul.
No, that missed. That's the ball. 2 and 2.
Oh, barehanded. Nice play. Give credit where credit's due, and that was a nice barehanded play by whoever's playing second base. My guess is Enrique Hernandez or Gavin Lux. Or Corey Seager. Or yeah, Gavin Lux? I don't know where Corey Seager is playing. Gavin Lux is another. Whoa! Albert Almora Jr.'s up. Runner on third. Almora versus Wood. 0 for 5. That's a 0 average with 2 strikeouts to boot. Not good. Not good at all. Strike 1. But all you really make contact either far-ish or to the right side of the field. If you're gonna do weak contact, go to the right side of the field. All right, 2-1. And we'll see if Wood, how he pitches to Almora, as walking him would bring up the pitcher and set up the double play ball. So it'll be interesting. Almora. Almora. But yeah, it'd be interesting to have enough Twitch follow, especially because there was the most people that came for the Twitch thing was for trivia. So, I might start doing that as a weekly thing. And it was fun. I thought it was fun. It took a little too long, but now I know. Now that I have a better idea. Oh fuck. Okay, good. I thought he swung it that way. Now that I have a better idea of how to do it, I think I can make it not very long. And if people want it to be longer or want me to add more categories, because right now, it's going to be far enough. It might even drop. It does. And that's an RBI single for Albert Almora Jr. Maybe that's just what he needed to bat better. I keep saying that whenever he gets any sort of hit. Now Yu Darvish is up. My guess is he's going to bunt Almora Jr. over. Pitch number 63. Oh, shit. Not a good bunt, but foul. That's... Oof. Once again... Oh, wow. What an interesting way to get that out. Or, yeah. I don't know. Because you don't have to... Because you don't have to use a specific type of wood. Like, yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do next time for sure. I just wanted to make... I feel like I was doing it more like it was bar trivia. Where people are drinking with each other and getting mozzarella sticks and stuff like that. I feel like... and that was the first half was a lot slower than the second half. The second half we went through way quicker.
Leading up for the Dodgers.
I didn't want to. I haven't done much with the Google Forms of like putting the auto scoring in. Just because I didn't know with spelling. I didn't know what it would do if someone spelled something wrong or just gave a last name. Yeah, you should. I just wasn't sure, so that's why I wanted to hand check them. I wanted to make sure that if spelling was slightly off, or if they only had the last name. I guess I don't know if I'm able to put in like answers, like if it's, I don't know. Like I said, that's why I wanted to physically, manually do it. Yeah. And because I've been doing the one called Trivial Disputes, but they don't report any on that one. But there's a lot of teams. There's like 70 some teams, I think. But on that one, he doesn't. I like to give round updates. At least I was trying to give like top threes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like to have myself manually check it, just so I was able to. And also some of them were funny that people said, even if they were like wrong answers or they had right answers, but they had funny little quips attached to it. Strike three. But the one that I do, like I said, I don't blame. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's out of necessity probably because he has like 70 teams. I think there was like 13 or 14 people started last time. Although 30 people said they were going to do it, but 13 or 14, and they might have got confused when I said the Google form. But it ended with like 10 people, so I only had to check 40 questions per round overall. So that only took probably a little less than 5 minutes to do those. Yes. Or like I said, just might not be able to tell who wins until later. You know, like it might just have to like say what the answers were, and people can have an okay idea of how well they did, and then be like, answers will be up. Either start a Facebook page or something like that, where I'll say, "Oh, he got him." Say the answers will be up in 2 hours or tomorrow morning or something like that on the Facebook page later. And that would be good incentive to have a page then and things like that. And people could get information about stuff. It'd be easier for people to know when stuff is with an easy way for people to look stuff up. Perhaps I'll start posting it in because I already have the Cubs Fantasy Baseball page on Facebook, and that has 100 and some likes.
No, that's in. So
Yu Darvish about to get to pitch number 50 here with 2 outs in the 4th. So if he can get through the first 12 outs with about low 50 pitches, then that would be pretty good. That'd be pretty efficient for him as a high strikeout pitcher. Ooh, glasses.
3-1.
Maybe I'll get new glasses. Ooh, these probably cost more than they should. Because right now I have one pair of, my glasses are very basic, but I like them. They're very cheap. I was like, I want cheap Because I really only need it for when I'm on, for like sometimes if I'm on the computer writing now, I'll wear them.
Peterson.
But I think I was hesitant to get them back because I spent I got glasses when I was 3 years old. And I had to wear glasses from when I was, and they were real thick too when I started. Because my eye used to like cross weird.
0-1.
But I had glasses from when I was 3 until I was 12. And then they were just like, your eyes are better now, you don't need glasses anymore. And then immediately glasses became cool to wear.
No, that's
Like,
down. Ball.
right away. So, yeah. Although and that's the other thing I think is I wore them so long, I don't mind wearing glasses. It's weird to me when people are like, I want to get my eyes lasered.
No, that's out.
And they still, like, I was reading a thing. Darvish has Jock Peterson 2-1. I was reading a thing where one of the guys that was on the optometry board or ophthalmology board when they okayed LASIK, he had an article over the last year or two. He was like, if I were to vote again on if LASIK should be allowed, I would vote against it. Because about 5% of people that get LASIK have like pretty bad complications. Or I shouldn't say pretty bad. But like sometimes they get headaches or their eyes hurt really bad. There was a meteorologist lady last year who committed suicide because I think she was having really bad pain and she killed herself. And it was after her LASIK surgery. So it's like, which ironically, back when I thought I was going to be a doctor when I was younger, when I was planning on doing that, ophthalmology was like one of the main things I was thinking about going into because they make like $1 million a year. And they go to, you have to go to school till you're like 30 because you have to go to medical school and I think you also have to go to optometry school. So, yeah, you have to go to a lot of school. But yeah. So I'm glad. Javier Baez up. Pitch 66 coming in from Alex Wood.
1-0.
1-0. Ross Stripling and someone named Flora. Ross Stripling's really good. The Dodgers have had the advantage of having bullpen arms that on most teams would be starting pitchers. Ross Stripling would be a starting pitcher on a lot of teams, and has been sometimes for the Dodgers. And same thing with like Kenta Maeda was a bullpen guy largely for the Dodgers. That was a lot of monetarily. That was a monetary thing, I think, though, because I think his gets going to be another single, I think, or I guess had a double earlier, I think, Baez. But Kenta Maeda, they kind of screwed him because he had really good numbers, but they used him as like sometimes as a starter, but often as a relief pitcher a lot. Because I think whatever his contract was, he had like incentives for if he started X amount of games or X amount of innings, he'd get a lot more money. And now he's with Minnesota and he's going to get a chance to be a starter. So I'm excited for him. Oh, Ian Happ doesn't get on base. What a no way. Well, one out. And Kyle Schwarber up.
The catcher, Kyle.
I believe he hit a very weak single that got the Cubs going with their first run of the game last time he was up. I don't even remember how that. Ooh, wow. They got very, very close to getting Javi there. I don't even remember how they got the second run. So I don't know. Oh, Nancy. Is Nancy still there? We'll see. No, Nancy's not still there. I was going to talk about baseball bats, because you don't have to, they were asking about lighting baseball bats on fire. You can use different types of wood. They used to use ash and now they use maple. That's why you see a lot more bats explode and get broken, is because they use maple now, because they think it gives them more power. Like it's more spongy, so it does like the trampoline effect, I think, is the reasoning. But the fact that it absorbs more makes it more likely to break. They used to use ash a lot. I remember Kosuke Fukudome, when he was with the Cubs, was one of the few players that still used what I believe they called a Japanese ash. I think he had his bats like flown in from Japan. Oh, down the line! They're gonna get one, and they're gonna get two. Pooh. He claims that was a batting practice bat. The one that had little fucking springs in it. My friend Scott was at that game, actually. I mean, Sammy Sosa was a cheater, sure. I don't think there's much arguing that. Yeah, he cheated, probably. But he also is the only player to have 3 consecutive seasons with 60-plus home runs, or 60 or more home runs, I believe. Maybe at all, even. But I think it was 3 years in a row he had 60 home runs. And there was one time in the month of June he hit like 20 home runs, which is nuts. Ooh. Gavin Lux, I don't know what position Gavin's playing today. He's one of the biggest prospects in baseball. Some people are high on him, some people are not. I don't think you want to walk him, though, because I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of speed. Yeah, the Dodgers are good. The Dodgers are good. There we go. And the fact they've got guys like Gavin Lux and Will Smith who are young and going to probably be real good. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Looked like it might have been outside of the outside corner. But I'll allow it. I'll allow it. 3-2 pitch to Gavin Lux. 1 for 1 on the day. Oop. Should let the out borrow your glasses. Oh, that's okay. They got him out. I'm alright with it.
Now batting. The pitcher. Will Smith.
Sorry, I'm watching comedian Ryan Sullivan.
Your ball, 1 strike.
Go check out our Solo Monster. He's funny. Maybe I'll call him. They're playing the Dodgers right now. That's what I'll do. Even though he's a Yankees fan. I'm just going to call Ryan Solomon. Solomon. I slur too much. I slur my speech.
2-1.
We'll see if he answers. Half the time people don't answer because I don't tell them I'm going to call them.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Nuts. Okay, pop fly to center field, left center field. Looks like Almora's under it, and he got it. Ooh, I'll call Rye Guy. We'll see if this is still Rye Guy's phone number. He's also an LA person, I think. Wow, Rye Guy screened me right away. Rye Guy. We lived in the dorms together. When I visited LA, I hung out with him. He was doing some lift driving. Chris Taylor's up to bat. Must be subbing for, looks like Alex Wood. It must be finished for the day. So that's something. Ooh, a little high. We're called Derb.
Yeah.
Oh, line drive. That's going to drop. Oh, and it's fielded poorly, but it gets... Oh, wow, I can't believe if he gets the second. So, the horrible fielding in left field works to the benefit of the left fielder. So it's not an error, probably because they got him out.
Hi, this is Trent.
Trent's not answering.
Your attention.
We'll call
please.
Evan Iacone.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Everyone's like, God, no one answers Spencer's phone calls. He must not be a very likable guy. It's fair.
Leading off for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 7, Victor Caratini.
Although half these people do have jobs.
Nope.
Who has a job?
Evan Iacone. Welcome to the show, Evan Iacone.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
No, that's the ball.
You say,
What's
"Oh
that?
fuck," like you're committing a hate crime or something right now, and that the camera can see. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah, what's going on?
The Cubs are playing the LA Dodgers. The Cubs are on a 3-game losing skid, I believe. But they're currently winning 2-0 with Victor Caratini at the bat against Ross Stripling.
Neat.
Yeah, how are you doing? You can see it on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch.
Yeah, okay.
And don't say you don't have Twitch, because I know you have Twitch. Because you're a fucking gamer.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think I've used it in a long time.
That's
I'll use
okay.
it for you, though, Spencer.
Yeah, just even if it's only to give me a follow.
And for the Cubs.
And for the Cubs. I'm gonna run a trivia tomorrow night at 8.
Ball
Oh,
four,
man, you
runner
should get
takes a base.
Kyle in on that.
Do it, yeah, do it. I don't know if I have Kyle's things.
Now that-
His
Send you all those things.
yeah. But you guys should get a team. There's a
Yeah,
baseball
no,
category.
Kyle Luther would definitely play.
There's a baseball category. That's all I need is Luther saying fucking mean things about every question I decide.
Yeah, well, wait, so it's not all Cubs questions?
No, there is a baseball category, and I actually, just like last time, it's weighted a little heavier than the other categories, but only barely. Like most questions are 2 points a question. There is a Cubs question, or not Cubs. There's a baseball question that is worth 4 points instead of 2. But it's because there's like 8 or 9 answers, so it's one of those things where you only need to get 4 answers out of like 8 or 9 answers.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not doing the D&D, then I'll play.
There's also a risk category.
Like high risk, low reward.
No, like the global domination. Although you're one of those gamers, like I'm mad that I feel like nowadays Risk is a game that like people that are into games think it's fucking basic bitch stuff, and then the people that just have never played it don't want it. Like I feel like Risk is for like nobody above the age of 20 that's into board games. Like I like it though.
Yeah. Risk is like one of the more quote unquote involved games of the general games.
Yeah, it's like a training wheels. It's like a gateway drug into board games, right?
Now that
Yeah, there's one that Luther and them are playing called Risk fucking Generations or something. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
But basically every game is like one game in history. Or
Okay.
something like that. So each game folds over to the next.
Ah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
I heard Axis and Allies is fun too.
Yeah, fucking 35 hours.
Does it take that much? Does it take that? Like, because Risk can take a really long time.
I played Axis and Allies for like 13 hours once and
Wow.
barely got through a few battles or something.
Really?
That was the first time I was playing.
Wow.
And you should look up Interface Zero. That's the most fun.
What's it called?
It's not Interface Zero. It's fucking role-playing game.
1 and 2.
Twilight Imperium.
Twilight
Yes.
Imperium. I feel like I've heard of that.
Oh yeah. You can. It's like Risk, but in space, and it's also like Catan.
Oh, okay. I like Catan. I've only played Catan a couple times, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because I love negotiating in Catan.
No, there's a lot of conniving and negotiating in Twilight Imperium.
Yeah. I hate Monopoly. Monopoly is probably my... Monopoly and Sorry are like, I don't understand... Like, those games were made to tear friendships apart.
Yeah, I mean, Monopoly was invented to teach people about...
Capitalism being bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers or whatever, like, literally stole it from the woman who created it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this is an interesting metaphor and all. Have you thought about making a buck on it?
Yeah.
And then they shot her in the head with a fucking gun and threw 2 pennies on her eyes and then took the pennies off because every penny counts. And then fucking here we are.
Yep.
I don't think that's how it actually happened. I feel like I need to specify that that was a joke.
No, I think she got her money back.
Did she? They gave her a free parking spot.
Oof.
They're like, here's a park. Here. They gave her an old VW. I don't know when this is probably in like the 30s, wasn't it? Like, it's an old game, right?
Yeah, I think it's like it happened around maybe even before the stock market crash. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me just look. Hold on.
I have a joke. My grandmother's apartment, like old folks apartment thing she lives in, is called Park Place. And I have a joke where I'm like, it's not the second nicest place in town, though. Actually, it is. It's actually a really nice place. But I just like saying that joke because it's funny. Or I think it's funny.
I heard that Mediterranean Ave. What's the other one?
Yeah, we said, listen, lady, you try and pull any shit, you'll be on Mediterranean Avenue. Or Baltic. You'll be on Baltic in fucking 2 seconds. What are the purple? That's purple, right? The purple ones are the shitty ones.
So those all this stuff is based on Atlantic City, I believe, at the boardwalk. I hope if for whatever listeners you have, I'm not an authority on anything, and never will be. But yeah, it's like basically like fucking like Baltic and Mediterranean were actually like hot spots. Like that's where like people would go clubbing, and was apparently like a pretty forward scene. Like,
yeah.
It was very lengthening of apparently the game and a bunch of other stuff.
Really?
Everyone was partying out in Baltic and Mediterranean.
But as soon as as soon as they started building hotels on it, though, that's when it got real pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Well.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
What?
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
It is Cinco de Mayo, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot about it. Or is it the Revenge of the 5th?
Ugh.
You get it? Because of yesterday?
I get it. So
Yeah?
upsets me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That's about as religious as my family gets as we send each other text messages on May the 4th be with you. That's about as religious as we get. Or spiritual, I should say.
Sorry, I was looking at an email. What?
Nah.
I don't know why my voice is so hoarse. I think it's because I just ate some peanuts.
You ate a subpoena? You ate a subpoena?
Yeah.
You're like, they can't make me testify if they can't find the subpoena. And then you ate it.
Well, yeah, they're like, you've been served. It's delicious.
Yeah, you say, now that I've been served, can I ask for some ketchup and mustard, perhaps? And some silverware?
And then the guy just swung a cane out.
Smoking King and hit you in the head, like you're what's his name's like your what's his name's dad in Mad Men, where he's like the British guy. He's like, come home.
What?
You know, the British guy that.
Oh yeah, the guy who's in.
The guy who's Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes, and he's great. Yeah, he's fantastic. I'm mad that I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Did you watch The Terror?
Yes. I have very mixed feelings about it. I also have mixed feelings.
I'm not gonna let you.
Well, okay. My feelings are because they were like season 2 of The Terror, and I was like, wasn't the point is that the name of the ship was The Terror? Like, because it's like a whole different thing, right? The second season is like a whole completely, like it's an anthology series.
Yeah, I didn't watch the second one.
I haven't.
Jared Harris is the name.
Did you like the first season?
Yeah, I mean, it was just one. It's like a one-off. You know, it's like it's its own thing.
Andrew Scott is what they're saying his name, is what School of Frog says his name is, I believe.
Andrew Scott from Park.
Oh no, not from the Cumberbatch Sherlock. Jared
Harris.
Yeah, Jared Harris.
01.
Yeah, from the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is good and fuck everybody.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, I liked. Are they gonna make a third one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's all good, School of Frog. Well, I'll let you go. I got another call. But thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Come to Trivia tomorrow. Bye. Trent Derby's on the show now. Welcome, Trent. How's it going, bud?
It's going all right.
That's
How
good.
about you?
I'm okay.
How's the game going?
The game's going okay. We're in the 7th inning. Yu Darvish is throwing a shutout against the LA Dodgers, which is to get to the 7th inning against the Dodgers in and of itself is an accomplishment, since they are a very good team in all aspects.
Let alone a shutout. Yeah.
Yes. In fact, I'm not even sure how many hits he's really given up. Not very many. But Cody Bellinger's up right now, and he's always dangerous. Oh, he hits kind of into the shift. Does he have the speed to beat it out? Oh, very poorly fielded by, I think that's Hernan Perez.
I'm totally going to be the bad luck guy.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
You know, fake video game baseball.
Yes, you're the Daryl. You're the Daryl Hammond in Celtic Pride.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I'm shocked you remembered his name. I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you. I mean, which is ironic because my brain lately, man, like I said, at what point do people stop being like, oh no, you're just getting old? Because I keep being like, I'm forgetting things too often and too much, and things that I know, and people.
Especially when we're not busy.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah. I'm forgetting a lot.
Everything's kind of becomes a bit of a blur.
Yeah. But, like, I'm forgetting names that I know. You know, like, I usually would be, like, an actor. Like, I could almost always, like, right off the top of my head know. But, like, I'm seeing people that I know who they are, and I, like, can't remember their name. And it's really bugging me.
What's your diet been like?
My diet the last year or two has been far better than it's ever been my entire life.
Well, I just mean recently, like in the pandemic situation.
Oh.
Because I know mine's been pretty shitty and inconsistent.
Mine's been worse, but I haven't been putting alcohol in my system like nearly as much.
Sure.
Like literally, my alcohol consumption is down, no joke, probably 90 to 95%.
Yep.
Like last night was the first time I had drank really since the last trivia thing we did. Unless you count like some other time I had like a Guinness and some other thing at like 5 a.m. before I went to bed because I stayed up for a long time. But I don't consider like sipping 2 beers really drinking. Last night I fucking got drunk.
Yeah, I agree. Alcohol intake has gone down, but I find myself like today. I mean, I've been doing work stuff, but I've eaten like a boy, like a 10-year-old boy.
Yep.
Like I've had some goldfish crackers and apple. I mean, at least
that's good. That's not bad.
Horrible thing.
That's really
but
that's not terrible at all.
The amount of frozen pizzas and just cheap, easy shit.
I ordered pizza that's the other thing is I've gotten way worse at drinking. Where because I didn't eat all day yesterday, and then we drank and did the trivia thing, and then I ordered a pizza. And then after I ate the pizza, I had to have fallen asleep by midnight because I woke up at 3 in the morning, and then was awake till 5.
Yeah, I've had that too. My hours of operation have gotten weird. Sometimes staying up late and sleeping in. Other times, kind of like you said, waking up at 3:30 or 4 in the morning, just being up for the day. And it's wild.
Yeah, no, and last night, tries to barehand it, not going to get it. And now, so it looks like, was it Ian Happ maybe, gets a hit. And Victor Caratini. I felt like an asshole because, no, that was good. That was good. That's something I wanted to happen. But I felt like an asshole because
how much I know about the Cubs roster.
He is the backup catcher, Victor Caratini. He's actually in he's Yu Darvish's kind of personal catcher now. On most teams, he would be the starting catcher. He's really, in fact, I'm kind of upset that he doesn't get more consistent playing time. The Cubs have been talking about trading Contreras, and if they do, they'll get a ton for him because he doesn't make much money. But I've been totally okay with Victor Caratini taking over because Wilson Contreras is as good as he is and as offensively and as good as an arm he has. He is literally one of the worst pitch framers in the league. Of all the catchers that catch enough innings, he's one of the worst 2 or 3 people at making balls strikes and having some strikes be called balls.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if we get he'll be one of the most valuable catchers if we get robot umpires in the next couple seasons. Then it completely flips itself on its head. Where he would automatically probably be one of the best catchers because that wouldn't matter anymore about pitch framing. But God, where was it? I ordered a pizza and I felt bad because later I was like, shit. I looked at the receipt, I didn't tip at all because I usually do that. So today I drove to I called Papa John's and I was like, hey, can you retroactively add a tip? And they're like, not really. Once it's done, it's done. And I was like, okay. I was like, if I come in, can I give money and you can give it to the guy? And they're like, yeah, I'll tell my manager, and then and so I went in and just.
And then he'll probably stick it in.
Yeah, no. Well, he had it looked like it was on the up and up because he literally had an envelope that had the receipt of it when I went in there, and I was like, hey, this is for the guy that I.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And also, if you're the GM, I hope you're not having to steal tips from your drivers. So that was good.
Yeah, I've been helping to keep Poly Eyes in business.
Oh, man, you have a Poly Eyes?
There's one in Johnston.
Oh, yeah, dang it.
So that rules.
I say that like I don't have a Poly Eyes.
I know, yeah, I was going to say, it's the one in Iowa City.
Man, it's not the same. I shouldn't say it's not the same. I feel like is the Johnson one as good as the Grinnell one?
Yes, I want to say yes, but I also haven't been to the Grinnell one in over a decade. So
okay, because I feel like the Grinnell, because I really liked going to my family would once a month probably at least go to Poly Eyes, and I really liked going to Poly Eyes. I probably get Poly Eyes here. I've lived here for 18 years probably, or 17 years, I've maybe went to Polly Eyes the entire time I've lived here, probably less than 50 times.
Yeah.
Or ordered it. So, and I like it. It's still good. I just don't know why I haven't. I feel like Sam's is similar to Polly Eyes, but better. And so that's why a lot of times, because Sam's Thin Crust, I feel like, is similar to Polly Eyes. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had Sam's too.
And also, Sam's used to have online coupons that was like, School Frog says Pogs or Pags or what, I don't know what you'd say. Paws is way overhyped, he says. Which maybe, I don't know what the pricing is, but Sam's always had an online coupon where it was like a 3-topping extra large for $11.99 for the longest time. So I used to get that all the time.
You know, my dad worked at Polly Eyes in Kirksville, Missouri when he was in college.
Really?
There's one down there. Yep.
I did not know that. I'm trying to think. The first one started at a bar, I think, somewhere in Central Iowa. I can't remember which one exactly, because I looked this up like a year ago. Because the Grinnell one was like because the Grinnell one's been around longer than the Iowa City one. But I can't remember where the first one was. But I think the first one literally started like a bar that started making pizza, and people were like, "This pizza's good," and then so they started having it be restaurants. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I imagine batting in the Kirksville one was probably pretty early, because that would have been in the
now playing right and
late 60s.
Yeah, someone just said, remember Paul Revere's? Do you remember Paul Revere's? Did we ever get a Terminator back when we went to college here? When I went to college here?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Because you could get the Terminator was like $20.
Huge, right?
It literally, because it was always 4 or 5 people that would order it, and we'd all throw in $4 or $5, and literally I don't ever remember us would never finish it. And it maybe came with breadsticks too. And I never remember finishing it until like the next day. Like that was a pizza box that was so big. I've never seen a refrigerator big enough to hold the Polly Eyes or a Paul Revere's Terminator pizza.
I'm trying to think of what maybe it was Home Team Pizza or something.
Home Team was one.
Early college that had a 36-inch pizza or something.
Yeah.
Something that you could never fit in.
That is the pizzas. So they they had a bar in Ames where I think they were doing pizza stuff. But then in 1957, the popularity of pizza led to the opening of the first official Polly Eyes Pizza restaurant in Ames, campus town. Okay, so Ames was it was called the Pizza House. Yeah. I did not know that. I didn't think it was Ames, that's for sure. But I know Grinnell must have been one of the next ones. Because it's owned by, I think most Polly Eyes are owned by people with the last name Polly, I think. I know the one in Grinnell was owned by, I think, Joe Polly Eye, I think. And they used to have an ice cream shop attached to it, too, which was, for a while.
Like, didn't Happy Joe's also have an ice cream?
Yes.
Ice cream parlor?
Yes. In fact, it was like in the name even. Like Happy Joe's was like pizza and ice cream.
Much anymore. I think there's one in the Des Moines area in Urbandale that you can order carryout or delivery, but
for Happy Joe's?
Yeah. But
yeah.
That's it.
Ah, yeah. We have the one in Coralville. It's weird because people don't even know it exists still. Like, I have to be like Happy Joe's, and they're like, "Where's the Happy Joe's?" I'm like, because it's like on the strip. But, like, it's, like, on the strip, but it's one of those things where there's, like, 2 parking lots off of the strip before it exists, and it's just this tiny little, it's, like, delivery and carry-out only.
Yeah, I think the majority of their, dine-in stores are gone.
I guess I haven't been to the one in Burlington, because it started in the Quad Cities. Moline.
I guess, maybe I should have gotten into the pizza business. I've never worked at a pizza place, but now that I think of it, my dad's cousin, I think, owns the Happy Joe's in Ottumwa.
Really?
Yes.
Well, and especially, because here's the thing about Happy Joe's. is that they charge $1 bajillion per pizza. Like, if Monty Derby?
Yeah.
That sounds very much like a made-up, like a name, that sounds like a horse's name in the fucking, like right behind, in first place, Secretariat, in second place, Monty Derby. Maybe just the fact that it's Derby is making me think of yeah. But, oh, they turn 2! Nicely done, Craig Kimbrell, to get the Cubs out of the inning. But yeah, my only gripe about Happy Joe's is that it's really expensive. But they lately have had okay coupons where a few weeks ago they had like an $11.99 or some sort of thing where it's a 3-topping large. But here's what they think deals are: is they've been lately being like, any large pizza is $15. Like, that's the deal. Like, okay.
Yeah, it'll be some like large 2-topping pizza and an order of breadsticks and a
24
$24 for $37.99.
Yeah, it's insane. By the way, someone said, you ever had hot dog pizza? No, I have not. Why would I do that to myself?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If I want I think those are two different. I don't know. But and they're also. Have you had their? I'm assuming you've had their taco pizza. They claim to have invented the taco pizza.
The taco pizza at Happy Joe's is awesome.
They claim that they invented it, which maybe they did. Also, their taco sauce is almost like half the reason I get it too, because I put it on like regular cheese pizza. Their taco sauce is so good.
I've never done that, but it does sound good.
Yeah, they sell their taco sauce like you can buy it in bulk in jars. That's how good their sauce is. But
yeah, it's
Nancy says Casey's taco pizza is better. It is okay. Yeah, it's funny. Nancy just said Casey's taco pizza is better that you were just talking about. I don't know. I don't know if I've had Casey's taco pizza. I have heard that Casey's, and I love Casey's, but I heard that they copied whatever their newer pizza is. I heard they copied Fong's maybe about it. I don't know what it is, what pizza it is.
Yeah, I heard something kind of rumbling about that. I can't remember exactly what it is either, but I think when it kind of came up, I looked at it and I didn't think it was not like an exact copy.
Yeah.
And anyone can make any kind of
sure. But it is. I don't want to say shitty, but if you do just straight up, at least put a little your own little something on it. Like put another ingredient in, or
if I remember correctly, like I saw it or whatever, and I was like, it's not like they just completely stole it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, especially because Fong's has like 2 or 3 things, and if you're a chain that has, I don't know, how many Casey's are there? There have to be hundreds of Casey's. Like literally have to be hundreds.
For sure.
So it's one of those.
3 in Carlisle.
Yeah, exactly.
All off of the same little highway.
How many Casey's? I do love.
It's got to be in the thousands.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess. In Iowa alone, I typed in how many Casey's are in Iowa. I didn't realize their headquarters are in Ankeny. 2,000. 2006. I didn't realize they were that branched out. They're in 16 Midwestern states. I wouldn't even qualify that there are 16 Midwestern states, right? What are they counting as Midwestern?
In my head, I think of like
6 states, maybe.
5, 6.
Like Kentucky is like the borderline one where we're like, well, I guess they were with the Union. You know what I mean? Like, I guess they were with the Union, so we won't call them the South. Ooh, their NASDAQ took a hit recently. I mean, I guess all of the NASDAQ did.
I think it did the whole thing, yeah.
But it's on the way back up. If I had money, I definitely would have bought into them in late March and let that be. That's what's fucked up about the stock market is I was just like, you know what's crazy? Is who are the people who are going to be able to profit off this? Are the people that like already had a bunch of money. That have been like, oh, the stock market's tanking? Well, I have enough money where I can buy all these stocks that I know in 4 months are going to be worth twice as much again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts.
Shifting things around.
because they're just like, oh, as long as it's like, I have enough money where as long as the whole economy doesn't dive, I'll be fine, and this will work out. Like, I don't know. It's nuts.
It is indeed.
Yeah. So, it's good you asked, because the Cubs actually, it is the bottom of the ninth, and there are two runners, like Cody Bellinger could hit a walk-off home run right now, as there are runners at the corners with nobody out, with Dan Winkler pitching, who is the closer for the Cubs, and has been perfect in save opportunities on the year, but things could be going wrong here. So yeah, we will concentrate. We'll put the sidebar of oh, that's a single. So Cody Bellinger puts the tying run on second, and it's the go-ahead run at third, and there's still nobody out. This is not looking good for the Cubs, and Max Muncy's up to bat, who has hit 35 home runs the last 2 years, I believe. So he's been underrated, I believe, as he just started getting everyday at-bats last year, about a quarter of the way into the season. Can you tell how much fantasy baseball I play, Trent, based off of me just knowing things?
I can. It's impressive.
Thank you. But yeah, a lot of people thought his 2018 breakout was a fluke, perhaps, because he hit 30. Once again, he hit like 35 home runs. Was playing all over the place. I think he's also eligible at a bunch of different spots, like first base, second base, third base. And second base is a good one to get people, because I feel like it's not, shortstop and second base are deeper now than they used to be. But first base is one place where that used to have a ton of people that were like, you could just get any first baseman whenever. But nowadays, I feel like third base and shortstop are real deep. Do you play fantasy baseball at all, Trent? 1-2 pitch to Max Muncy.
My first fantasy sport.
Strike three to Max Muncy. Sorry, keep talking. I'm listening. I just am commenting.
I got into football and liked it, and I kind of hesitated on basketball or anything, just thinking, oh god, it's going to be. I don't want to spend that much time in it. But then I got into fantasy basketball too, and I'm heavy into that.
Interesting.
Leagues, and that's like where my sports brain is right now. It's like I can't. Well, not even real baseball. But
yes.
I'm not even there yet.
Yeah.
Give me my fucking NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
And then my fantasy playoffs. And, obviously no March Madness action.
Pop-up infield fly rule should apply here, and it does. So 2 outs now. Runners still on first and second. Gavin Lux, he's 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a single. One of the most highly touted prospects there is right now in baseball. I think he played a little bit last year.
I have a cowbell here.
Oh, hits it down the line, but foul. A cowbell? Well, don't help the Dodgers. Don't root for the Dodgers.
I'm a fucking Cardinals fan, man.
That's fair. They are like 7.5. They're in third in the second. Oh, pop up! Can Caratini get to it? Oh, he drops it. Fuck! It was a foul, but still. Oh man, 0-2 pitch to Gavin Lux now. Here we go. The 0-2. Right down the middle. Strike 3. Cubs win the game. The Dodgers make it exciting though. 2-1. Dan Winkler remains perfect on his save opportunities for the year. The Cubs break their 3-game skid. Perez and Baez gave a little one-armed hug. There might have been a side kiss on the cheek. I'm not sure. Yu Darvish, I think, gets the win. He was very excited, I think, there at the end, because he might have got a no decision there had the Cubs blown it. What's his name? I think it's Rodriguez. Is Rodriguez the coach for the Dodgers? He can't seem to believe it, but I believe it. The Cubs win 2-1.
I'm not the bad luck guy.
Yeah, you're not the bad luck guy. At least not this time. At least not yet. Darvish goes to 5-1 on the year. The losing pitcher, Alex Wood, goes to 2-2 on the year. Yu Darvish is the player of the game. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Pretty good numbers. Alex Wood, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 2 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, no walks. And Danny Winkler with the save, 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. So yeah, not a great save, but he still struck people out. He made it exciting. Javier Baez went 3 for 4 with a double. Hernan Perez 1 for 4 with a double. Albert Almora Jr. 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's finally starting to get hits, even though they're very weakly contact hits. They're blooping in the right direction though, and that's good as he's finally getting his average a little above 200. Victor Caratini subbing for Contreras, but I guess also he is Darvish's catcher in real life, so he's 1 for 3 with and also a walk. Yeah. Do you want to know where the Cardinals are right now in this simulated league, Trent?
Yeah, let me know.
I'll let you know in about 5 seconds when I'm exiting out of the game, but they are third in the Central, but it's by a decent amount. The Reds and the Cubs are both fighting, but they both have crazy good records. Like, hold on, I'll let you know. So now the Cubs are 1 game up on the Reds, but the Cardinals are 8 games back with a 17-20 record. They are 6-4 in their last 10, though.
All right. Well, maybe they're getting things figured out.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in this virtual fake season. It's only May. I mean, they're planning on playing 80 to 100 games, I think, in the real life season, which will maybe start at the end of or the beginning of June. That's been the unofficial thing.
Are they talking no fans, I assume?
Yes, they're talking no fans. They're talking about, because they're going to do another spring training, essentially. So that's one of those things where they're mid-May to late May. I think mid-May, because they were talking about minor league players starting to get calls and people being like, they're going to play an area. And all the games, I don't know, have we talked about that, where there might have, the Cardinals and the Cubs might not be in the same division this year.
Weird. No, we haven't talked about that.
They might. One of the things is, and this will be crazy, and I'm actually all for it because it's like, whatever, the world's fucking nuts, and if we're going to have half a season, I'm totally fine with doing this.
With making it a really squirrely,
yes.
Yeah.
Where
I'm down with
they
that.
might, because they're considering playing all the games in either Arizona Arizona for sure, because
Florida?
In Florida, maybe too. Because spring training in Arizona is a lot. There's at least 12 fields that are all really close together there. In Florida, they have a lot of spring training there, but also the fields aren't as close there, but they do have 2 pro fields with the Marlins and Tampa Bay. Whereas Arizona has 1 with the Diamondbacks. But they're talking about going to the spring training leagues or divisions as the divisions. So like the White Sox and the Cubs would be in the same division.
Yeah, I'm for that. Like you said, if it's already going to be shortened
yes.
and everything's all, there's already going to be an asterisk on the season anyway, like, let's get weird with it.
Yeah, no, yes, Nancy, I did realize that capital gains capital. But I mean more so even than in this climate. But yeah, and then that's the other crazy thing that I'm kind of I don't want to say sad about. From a fantasy perspective, I'm interested in it because there's certain players that I'm like, oh, they're going to get playing time now. Which would mean if they do it like that, they'll be doing a universal DH.
Interesting.
Yeah, because obviously if you're going to have American leagues and National League teams in the same thing.
I guess, you'd have to.
And also the fact that they're just like, we don't want to the fact that they're going to be rushing players back to playing and that pitchers already don't care about hitting most of the time, that they're just going to be like, fuck it. We're just, if we're going to be doing this and going to be under weird parameters, especially because they're going to be playing baseball already is having to play a lot of games in a small amount of time. Yes, they're going to play less games, but I think they're really going to be shoving a lot of double headers in there and shit like that, and a lot less days off to get in the whatever amount of games they end up getting in.
Yeah.
So
it'd be like little league tournaments.
Kind of.
At a sport complex.
It's funny you say that because one of the other things they're considering is to have a seeded, have the playoffs be everyone makes the playoffs, and you have it be seeded. So you would just have the best team in the league play either get a bye or whatever, but they get to play like the worst team in the league. Which is cool, but also baseball is one of those things where baseball is so fluky where I don't like that because
can get hot.
Yes. So I don't like that a really shitty team could theoretically just get hot and fucking win the world. I don't want some sub 500 team all of a sudden just bringing up 2 good pitchers out of nowhere or something like that. Just someone goes on a crazy tear. I don't like that. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, I should say. But it should be interesting. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm all for being nuts with it. It's awesome that the White Sox and the Cubs would be in the same division for half a season because it's already a lot. I don't want to say a lost season, but the fact that it's not going to be regular makes me go sure, let's get fucking nuts. And the rosters have already expanded too, where you get they were already going to do before the season 26-man rosters now. Did you know that they added a person? Yeah, instead of 25-man rosters, it's 26-man rosters. That's just what's happening now. But when it goes to expanded rosters, I think it's instead of 40 or whatever, it's 28. So you get a 26 guy the whole season now, but when you expand rosters, it goes to something like 28 or something.
Right.
So you don't get to just bring up half your minor league fucking team or whatever. So yeah.
I know. This is switching gears over to golf, but golf is coming back too. I can't remember what tournament they're planning on, but it's coming up in June, I believe.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Cool because that's my other, kind of fantasy thing is my big golf. Pool.
Are you gonna do sports betting stuff on golf?
Well, I'm
because it's legal now
with 150 guys and everybody puts in $100.
Oh wow,
$15,000 and.
That's awesome.
Money.
That's really cool.
And there's a first half payout, a second half season payout, and an overall payout.
I might be interested in that.
If you totally tank, the first half or whatever, you can still, keeps people interested. You can still win the second half.
Yeah. That's when DraftKings, where it's dollar plays, but it's the winner gets $15,000, where it's just it's basically like playing the lottery, but you get to pick a team, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun.
They're doing a thing, I think it's actually next week, maybe next weekend. They're having a 2-on-2 skins game. Dustin Johnson and Rory McIlroy versus Ricky Fowler and Matthew Wolff.
Yes. And by skins game, you mean topless.
Should be pretty sweet. What's that?
By skins game, you mean topless, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
No, bottomless.
Yes. Okay.
This is golf.
The Mr. It's sponsored. They call it the skins game because it's sponsored by the Mr. Skin website. So between every hole, they cut to a scene from Porky's where there's nudity. Yeah. Or from American Pie. Yeah. Well, interesting. Skins is that just a hole? That's winning holes, right? You win holes.
Yeah, it's all money. Every hole's worth so much, and of course, this is all each team they've got a charity, but it's a frontline kind of medical,
and is it once you've won the majority of holes, does it end? Or is it
No, you play it all the way out.
Okay, so you can win more money? So each hole's worth X?
Over.
Okay,
so
cool.
If you and I were playing skins against each other and we tied the first 5 holes, that 6th hole is going to be worth 6 skins.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. But no, what I'm saying, though, is once you win 10 skins, do you keep going? Okay.
You play it all because,
Is it each worth $10,000 or whatever, something like that?
Won the first 15, I could still win a little bit of money.
Okay.
3 holes worth for my charity.
Okay, so it's each hole's worth just arbitrarily just $10,000 a hole. So you could still win like four.
Yeah.
So if you only won 4 of the holes, you'd still win like $40,000 for your charity or whatever, something like that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, fun. I'll have to check that out. And like I said, I want to look into sports, like especially like DraftKings stuff. I find that interesting.
And I hope they do. I mean, while their hands are kind of tied and they're trying to figure things out.
You can do it in Iowa now.
Sports do that type of thing.
Sure.
You got fewer people, so you can, keep it safe, but still give, I don't know, some exciting, weird, zany, like potentially, hopefully, kind of once in a lifetime, weird, sporting events.
Yeah.
Just to get us by.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what happens from here. But Trent, thank you for being on the show.
I didn't even know I was going to be on the show.
I know. I called people.
On the other line when you called.
It's okay. I just call people at random a lot of times. I kind of like, and I only do it to people that or for the most part, I do it to people that I know will be okay with just being put on the spot. I like the spontaneity of it, where people are like, "Oh, I didn't know." I'm like, "That's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just a thing. It's just baseball's going on. We can talk about whatever. We can talk a little bit about baseball and all that." But yeah, I think I'm gonna run trivia tomorrow night again. If you're interested, at 8:00. If you're interested, it's
cool,
fine
yeah.
if not.
Send me a sheet.
I will do that.
One last thing here.
Yeah.
We were talking about trying to think of like the movie lines that would apply to the baseball field or baseball announcer. The only one that came to my mind the other day was Predator, and if like two players, like first game back, 2 players meeting on the field or whatever, and they embrace in the handshake.
Yeah, the son of a bitch thing.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. What's the matter? CIA got you pushing too many pencils in the off season?
I like it. That's a good jovial one. Because I feel like the easiest ones to make really funny are the serious ones. But that one works good too. That's one of the fun ones that still works as that's already fun. I don't know. I need to think of more. I'm gonna start having fake commercials too.
I'll think of some too. I'll write some down.
I originally was gonna start having more fake commercials and like in between things and fake sponsorship type things that I've been meaning to do, but yeah. But all right. Well, Trent, thank you very much for joining us. We'll have you again sometime, especially when they play the Cardinals, maybe. Unless that might get too heated, so we'll see.
No, that'd be fun.
Okay. Well. Thank you for joining us, Trent. Thank you guys for watching School Frog, Nancy, Coco Bongos, and your hot dog pizzas. Have a good one. Take care.
Bye, Spams.
Bye, Trent. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Trivia tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, probably. Here on this Twitch.